It's time for the Star Goddess podcast here on the Crash and AJ blog at 98rock.com for this, the 18th, the week of Monday, the 18th, 2019. Everybody, good morning.
That's
good morning.
right. November. And please, Janet, tell us something good.
It's over. Mercury retrograde finally ends on Thursday. And it has been, I've gotten calls and emails from people all over the world going, this is the worst one they've ever been through.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure why it's been so bad. I just know that across the board, and even for signs it hasn't been horrible for, it was still not great. Mm-hmm. You know, so thank God that finally ends on Thursday. And the other thing that happens is on Tuesday, Mars leaves the sign of Libra where it's been for the last 6 weeks and goes into the sign of Scorpio. So at least giving you the energy and the wherewithal to go ahead and make whatever changes you need to make, you know, to be able to take some kind of action. Before that, you know, during Mercury retrograde, Mars is in Libra, you go, I don't know what the right thing is to do, so I'm not going to do anything rather than make a wrong decision. And so that all at least goes by the wayside. And where Mars is going to be for the next 6 weeks or so is where you can go ahead and begin to implement things, which would be a good thing. So for Scorpio, the sign that they're in, Mars is in their sign for the first time in 2 years. And it is literally, they become, knock that off my shoulder kind of thing, that they're not going to back down from a fight. They're not going to run away from anything. They are going to put their needs at the top of whatever list that there is, and whatever it is that they need to do to get what it is that they want, they are going to go ahead and do.
Okay.
So it really fires them up. It empowers them in a lot of ways. Mm-hmm. And they really tried to reinvent themselves almost 2 years ago. And they've taken the last years to do that. And now whatever that Scorpio is starting on Tuesday, that's what they are. That's what they're going to do. And they're not going to make any bones about it. And they're not going to make any excuses for it either, or any apologies. It's going to be the Scorpio's way or the highway kind of a deal.
That's right. Results, not excuses.
Yeah, results are what count, or what Scorpios are going to say. For Sagittarians, this is a great time for them to take 6 weeks off and just take a step back. Just take a little step back. And time to retreat, because Sagittarians, Jupiter has been in their sign all this year, so they made a whole bunch of new starts. All those new starts are done. Now they want to go ahead and stop expanding. They want to go ahead and take whatever it is that they put into motion and bring it to a successful conclusion. To give, instead of saying, I got to start more new things, it's like, okay, you've started a whole bunch of new things. No more new things. And you in particular, because you've got a variety of things that you're trying to do, new projects you're starting, and it's sort of like, and one leads to another one. It's time to stop leading to new ones and work on the ones you've already put into motion, because Scorpio says to focus your attention almost like a laser, to narrow down that focus to something you can manage.
Gotcha.
So no
you got
new
too
stuff.
many fishing poles sometimes. You got to go.
Yeah, you just got to take a beat and go, okay, let me get this going. And instead of starting new, bring whatever it is you've already put into motion to a successful climax.
Are you like a rising Sagittarius?
His rising sign is Sagittarius. Yeah, he's a Leo with a Sag rising.
I just learned that too not too long ago.
Yeah.
So
Well, you know, and it gives you something to look, because to me, when I write a column, when anybody writes the column, we're writing as though you're born at dawn. Well, great if you're born at dawn, lousy if you're born at 5:30 in the morning, or if you're born in the afternoon. It will be different. So this way, and the sun sign will tell you what energy is available, but the rising sign will tell you where in your life in particular you can expect that energy to manifest. So it sort of gives you two things to kind of look at to get an overview, because I think that if you know what you can make happen, you can do it. It's when you don't know. And by the same token, if something's not going to work, man, you need to know that right away too. Yeah. You know, and give it up before you throw good money after bad. So, for Capricorns, this energy is in the 11th house of hopes, wishes, goals, and objectives. They have been really under the gun the last 6 weeks professionally, and they have taken it from all quarters. There have been shots. Everybody's taken a shot at Capricorn. And now with the energy going to Scorpio, it's a much better time for them to be able to get out of that professional line of fire and just kind of take a step towards, and have the team, the group, work to give the Capricorn what it is the Capricorn needs. So when I have to look at our quarterback as a Capricorn,
I was about to say,
in the last 6 weeks, that guy's just been beat up, something fierce about interceptions. And I think it's because he can't see, by the way. I do. I was watching him. I was actually looking, going, why is this guy so bad at throwing interceptions? Why? Because they're on the money. They're just to the wrong people. And then I would see him on the sidelines kind of going like this. And I'm thinking, I bet he doesn't see that well at a long distance. And rather than say anything about it.
It's been documented, actually.
Yeah, he's been squinting for years and FSU. And he just always does the James squint.
Yeah, and it's sort of like, dude, if you could see a little better. I think one of our quarterbacks was colorblind, and he had real trouble. Had real trouble throwing when teams were wearing similar color uniforms to us.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you talk about signs being associated with body parts. What is Capricorn associated
with? The knees, the teeth, and the bony structures of the body, not the eyeballs. Yeah, no, not the eyeballs. So, unfortunately, I'd love to give it. But I think that for Capricorns in general, that the team can go ahead, the group that they are with will be very supportive of the Capricorn. So I think that means that he's not going to get cut either. I think they're going to go ahead and keep him. Yeah. So I know. Go figure. Go figure. For Aquarians, this energy is in the 11th house, and I think it's a very hard time for Aquarians because everything that they've done professionally is going to be kind of looked at under the microscope by the powers that be. They get evaluated one way or the other. And I don't know whether it's going to be favorable or not.
They've had to go through this retrograde while this is going on, too, right?
Yeah.
So they've had probably tumultuous time doing it?
Yes, tumultuous times professionally. And now they get to see the result of that. If they made mistakes, if they backed the wrong horse, they're going to have the consequences of that particular action. Out of all the signs, I think that Aquarians has the toughest time with not only Mercury being retrograde in Scorpio, but now Mars going into Scorpio. So I just think out of all the signs, they need to be careful. And don't poke the professional bear. You don't have the hammer. Don't go into your boss and start demanding stuff because you're not going to get a good result with that. Okay. You need to kind of be a little bit contrite, and they're not really good at that. Pisces, you ask inquisitively. Great energy for Pisces. Mars in Scorpio trines the sign of Pisces. So personally, they feel good. Their energy comes back. Their vitality comes back. They really had a rough time with Mars and Libra in the 8th house. And now with Mars in the 9th house, legal matters go well for them. Educational matters go well for them. Health matters go well for them. They're fired up and they are empowered. So it's a really good time for Scorpios for Pisces to start new stuff that's important to them. This is not minor stuff. It's a good time to start new jobs. It's a good time to sign contracts, any kind of agreements, any kind of negotiation. Very, very favorable for the Pisces. So okay. I know you know one or two of them. So it'd be kind of good for them to hear that. Mm-hmm. For Aries, Mars is going to be in their 8th house. Aries have had everybody yelling at them. It's almost as like God has just been going, you. And you start to look around and you go, man, there are 12 signs. Why are y'all picking on me? And that finally comes to an end. They don't feel as beleaguered as they did. Mm-hmm. Financially, they have an opportunity to spend more money, but they also have an opportunity to make more money through their actions, through their own energy. So something that has not come to be over the last 3 weeks or so, after Thursday goes ahead and reverses itself, and then it becomes very favorably financially for the Aries. So I think, yes, you've had a lot of expenses, but I'm thinking you get a chance to make more money that you can then go ahead and spend. I don't think you're going to get to hold on to it. I think you're going to get it, and it's going to go like this. But at least you will be able to get it before you ship it off to someone else.
As in spending money for the holidays?
That, repairs, unanticipated expenses. It's just been one financial thing after another to where Aries are just going, oh, my God, when does it stop? So
yeah.
And I think that it does. But they get the opportunity. Will they still be fixing and repairing things? Yes, but they'll have more money to do it with.
Okay.
So that's sort of a mixed bag. It's not as bad news as the time before.
Yeah.
At least you got a budget to do it.
Yeah, at least you'll have something coming in before it goes out. Mm-hmm. For Aries. For Tauruses, this energy, Mars is opposing their sign, and Tauruses have been really patient and really putting up with a lot of crap, and they are done doing that now. It's their last nerve, and I pity the fool that steps on it.
Yeah, I'm right there.
Literally, it's sort of like it's the type of thing where you really want somebody that you don't know to give you a hard time, so you can just unload on them.
A little bit.
That kind of a deal. Yeah. And they also, because the 7th house is the house of intimate one-to-one relationships, they are going to be looking at their intimate relationships and taking a hard look going, are you meeting my want and need? And if you are, great. And if you're not, boy, you better step up. And something needs to change with that they're no longer going to be okay with the every now and then or the inconsistency, because there's been a lot of inconsistency with that. And they're like, I'm not really sure where I am with this. And either you are with me or you're against me. Right. And I don't even care that Tauruses are at the point where they don't even care what it is. They just want to know one way or the other. Either you're all in or you're all out. None of this Maybe yes, maybe no. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know how I feel today.
Yeah, it's black and white. Yes or no.
Yes or
Let's
no.
do this or bye-bye.
And play me or trade me.
Yeah.
Kind of a deal is really, and it'll be such a relief over the next 6 weeks, one way or the other, to at least to know which one that is.
This is all different situations.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Just one or the other. Play me or trade me. For Geminis, Mars is going into their 6th house of health, work, and responsibilities. And you being a Gemini have to be careful not to get sick when Mars is in your...
That's Ryan, by the way.
When Mars is in your 6th house of work, you do a lot of activity. You do a whole lot of energy. There's a lot of stress going on. You end up burning the candle at both ends, trying to do everything, and then you end up getting sick. And Geminis have to be careful because their lungs are like the weakest part of their body. And so now it's like flu season. It's that kind of a thing where if you are so burned out... that you're likely to have trouble with that.
I don't typically get sick, so I think going forward, just crack an emergency pack here and there, and just kind of hope for the best. I guess.
Yeah. Wash your hands a lot, that kind of a deal. Don't hang around with little kids because they'll make you sick.
Bong rips, no bong rips for you.
But it's every 22
strong.
months or so is when that happens. You can even see with Donald Trump. He's a Gemini, and this weekend,
oh yeah,
showed up at the hospital. And they don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm not sure that was scheduled.
His people say that 2020 is going to be an insane year. He's got a lot of stuff that's already scheduled out, so he had a free weekend, so he was taking advantage of it.
So it's 2020 that's going to be the insane year.
Yeah, a lot of stuff that's coming up that's going to be insane, apparently.
When
they usually have I guess that's the annual physical is usually in 2020, so apparently he was taking...
It's all been pretty insane.
Take it. That's what I read in the press release this morning.
I think there's something going on there. Yeah. I do. And I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Because Mercury will go direct on Thursday, and at least we'll know.
Yeah.
But it's something where Geminis everywhere do not take health things lightly. And the flu killed like 60,000 people last year, and so you got to be careful with that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
For Cancers, not at all, man. This is a fun time for Cancers. Mars is now in their 5th house of love affairs, children, sports, amusements, pleasures. They want to get laid. They want to have a good time. They want to have love. They really are very much into the sensual aspects of their life. They don't really care about esoteric stuff. They're not really worried about work. This is really more about Cancers having a really good time. And if they're single, this is the best time to find somebody to start that physical relationship. They don't want that spiritual kind of thing. They're looking for the boot knocking kind of a relationship, and there's certainly nothing wrong with that.
Certainly nothing wrong with that.
PFT.
Yes, they should do okay with that. And it's a good time to get pregnant too, and it's a good time to pay attention to that if that's not what you want. For Leos, this energy is in their 4th house of home. They are really trying to decide over the next 6 weeks or so, where are they going to live and what are they going to do about where it is they live? There's something going on at home. They're not really sure because it's just kind of starting, whether they're going to stay, whether they're going to go, whether they're going to move. They're not sure. And that will go on for about 6 weeks or so, because right now they just don't have enough information to make an informed decision. So there's something they want to do at home. They need to make some kind of change there. I mean, I don't know whether it's in the personnel that hang around there, or whether it's in the structure of the home itself.
Yep.
But they are going to take great pains over the next 6 weeks or so to really work on their home and foundations and make it solid for them and dependable for them.
This is up in February, and I'm kind of up in there with myself, being the Leo.
It's going to take about 6 weeks for you to figure out, do I stay, do I go? What's that deal, and what's the better thing for you to do? What's the right thing for you, the Leo?
Yeah, and I like the location. It's just a lot of little spinning plates and little fires around there.
Yeah. So it's sort of, I don't know. And I think it's actually the where it is you live, the physical thing where you live, rather than the general area.
Oh, yeah.
And it's but
different
again,
unit maybe. Okay.
Right now, you're not sure. Mercury has been retrograde in your 4th house of home. There have been things that have popped up. You're not sure. And now Mars is going in there that's going to say, okay, well, you need to make a decision. You need to, over the next 6 weeks or so, you will have gotten enough information to make an informed decision about whether you stay or whether you go.
Gotcha.
And then there'll be actually more information when Jupiter goes into Capricorn, which is the 4th of December. Because right now, it's sort of the end of Jupiter being in Sag, and there's not a lot of energy for new stuff starting. So it's a matter of give yourself 6 weeks to figure it out. And then over that 6 weeks period, you'll have enough information to make the decision that's right for you about staying or going.
Wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah. For Virgos, this energy is going into this. They have spent a boatload of money the last, and that is so true, the last couple of weeks or so on beautifying things, just making them prettier, not necessarily structurally improving things, just making it better looking. And they bought some things for themselves, and now that's got to stop. And the pace of their daily living picks up. They want to reach a broader audience with their words. They want to start stuff that is going to represent an intellectual. It's almost like a child of their mind, something they're going to create. And they have to be really careful because things like that end up taking on a life of their own. You know, and you've got a few minutes now to go ahead and do it, Virgo, but you have to realize that whatever it is that you're creating is going to take way more time. And it's going to impact your day-to-day living, so you have to make sure you can accommodate that. Yeah, you know, and now also, I think they get the opportunity to short-distance, short-duration travel. I think pops up, and that's like out and backs kind of thing. That's like not here to Alaska. This is just short-distance, short-duration stuff. And they may get the opportunity to learn something useful about their world. That they can then go. It's not like getting a master's degree. It may be some sort of short, like course or short kind of curriculum kind of thing that just makes it easier for them to do what it is that they want to do and how it is they want to do it. And then for Libras, the last sign, they are fixing to spend a boatload of money. Mars is going into their second house of money, and they've already had a harbinger of where it's going to be. Because stuff has started breaking down over the last 3 weeks or so because Mercury is retrograde there, and they know they're going to be. And Libras are notoriously secretive about their finances. They don't want anybody to know what they're spending, how much they make. You know, you ask a Virgo, how much did you pay for that? And the Virgo will go, I got it for $29.99. And the Libra will go, how rude. You know, why would you ask that? A Virgo will tell you exactly how much they make, and a Libra will ask, why would you want to know such a personal question? You know, so for them, they're not going to really be talking about the amount of money they're spending, but they are fixing, and it's a nickel and dime thing. Every time you turn around there, it's $50 here, $100 there, and it goes on for 6 weeks, which leads right up to Christmas. So,
wow,
you know, that's not really exciting if you go and hawk, you know, before the holidays and have to pay it off in the new year. So, but I'm just happy that Mercury is finally going direct. I think that no matter what, anything is better than the 3 weeks of confusion that we've had. And Mars going in there at least gives me some sort of hope that whatever it is that went awry, I will have the energy, strength, and wherewithal and the ability to set right. Yeah, that's the important thing.
It's been like a dink and dunk kind of thing for me. It was AJ's got some big things that happened, but now I kind of look back at where the retrograde started. And it's like, well, there are a bunch of really annoying dink and dunk things that have been, slowing things down and crowding days and setting you back.
Yes, but nothing like people stomping on your car.
Nothing like that.
You know,
nothing like that.
Yeah, dryer breaking, AC busting.
Yeah. Kids sick. One thing, Yeah, we've had irritation. Like I said, I broke a heel. Oh. Yeah. You know, and you feel bad complaining when you're hanging around somebody that's had so many awful things.
Yeah.
You know, sort of like, I'll just be quiet here.
No, it's all good.
The one blessing you did get was the America mullet.
I think that was a good. That was a.
You did rock that really well, though. I got to tell you.
Thank
you really did. You look great. It was, I don't think worth losing, but, you know, I thought you looked pretty good with it. So.
Well, the humiliation tour continues.
I heard.
Yes.
What new humiliation this time?
I wasn't going to say anything. I wasn't going to say anything about that.
Oh, okay. Well, it continues. Coming to a street corner near you, me flashing a sign.
What's the sign going to say?
We haven't gone that far yet.
I'm the author of the sign, so I guess... the rate of humiliation depends on the compassion that I have for the person that lost the bet. So we'll talk. All right. There you go.
Yep,
that is
tomorrow's news today right there.
Star Goddess every Monday here. We got another one coming up this Monday. This one's for the 18th of November, 2019. The Crash and AJ blog at 98rock.com.
Yay.